Greetings valued viewers. This is the Wacky Guardian coming at you with the most epic, extended synopsis yet of the pulse-pounding, action-packed thriller movie The Day After Tomorrow. Jack Hall, portrayed by Dennis Quaid, is a paleoclimatologist leading an expedition in Antarctica. Accompanied by his colleagues, Frank and Jason, Jack is drilling for ice core samples on the Larsen ice shelf for the NOAA. Suddenly, a catastrophic event occurs as the ice shelf breaks away from the continent, nearly causing Jack's demise. In the aftermath, Jack presents his groundbreaking research on global warming at a United Nations conference held in New Delhi. His findings indicate that 10,000 years ago, global warming triggered an ice age. He warns that a similar catastrophic event could occur within 100 to 1,000 years if humanity doesn't curtail atmospheric pollution. Regrettably, his theories are met with skepticism by most diplomats, including the Vice President of the United States. At the conference, Jack crosses paths with Professor Terry Rapson from the Headland Climate Research Centre in Scotland. Terry is closely monitoring the world's ocean currents and shares alarming news with Jack. The melting of polar ice caps has injected vast quantities of fresh water into the oceans, disturbing the delicate balance of salt levels and causing a substantial drop in ocean temperatures. Simultaneously, two buoys in the North Atlantic register a dramatic plunge in ocean temperatures, reinforcing Terry's belief that the North Atlantic current is under threat. In this moment of crisis, Terry reaches out to Jack, whose paleoclimatological expertise contains critical data on past climate changes. Though Jack initially believed that these events were centuries away, he, Frank, Jason, and NASA's meteorologist Janet Toketa worked tirelessly to construct a forecast model. This model blends their data, offering a grim glimpse into a deteriorating global climate system. Around the world, the climate takes a devastating turn. Tokyo is pummeled by hail the size of softballs, New Delhi sees snowfall, and Los Angeles is ravaged by a swarm of colossal F5 tornadoes. The US President authorizes the FAA to halt air traffic due to extreme turbulence, while in Scotland, a massive hurricane-like superstorm claims the lives of the British royal family. Meanwhile, Jack's son, Sam, finds himself in New York City with his friends Brian and Laura, where they befriend another student named JD. During an academic competition, the weather takes a violent turn, with powerful winds and torrential rains. Sam, promising to return home, calls his father, unaware that a catastrophic storm is brewing. As the storm escalates in Manhattan, a colossal storm surge, nearly 40 feet high, engulfs the island, causing catastrophic flooding. Sam and his friends find refuge in the New York Public Library, where Laura sustains a severe leg injury while helping others escape a flooding taxi. In the face of deteriorating conditions, survivors in the northern United States are compelled to flee south, even if it means illegally crossing into Mexico. Jack heads to Manhattan to locate his son, joined by Frank and Jason. Their journey is fraught with peril, and Frank ultimately sacrifices himself to save the others. The US President's helicopter is ensnared in the superstorm, leading to the tragic loss of all on board and leaving the Vice President in command. With a significant portion of the population in the southern US massing at the Mexican border, the Vice President forgives a substantial portion of Mexico's debt to facilitate the evacuation of those seeking safety. Inside the library, Sam shares his father's guidance to remain indoors. However, not everyone heeds the advice, and a small group within the library burns books for warmth and scavenges the vending machine for sustenance. Laura's condition deteriorates due to septicemia from her injury, prompting Sam, Brian, and JD to venture out in search of penicillin on a stranded Russian cargo ship. Their journey leads to a perilous encounter with escaped wolves from the New York Zoo. Just as the eye of the North American superstorm passes over the city, plunging temperatures to an astonishing -150 degrees Fahrenheit, the entire New York City skyline freezes solid, buildings and air alike. The trio returns to the library with supplies and medicine, narrowly escaping the deep freeze. During this cataclysm, Jack and Jason take refuge in an abandoned Wendy's restaurant, and Jason succumbs to the extreme cold and wind. Jack manages to lower him into the restaurant's kitchen through a vent, seeking shelter until the eye of the storm passes. Their journey ultimately brings them to New York City, where they find a library buried under snow. Sam's group is discovered alive, and they are rescued by U.S. Army soldiers flying A-60 Black Hawk helicopters. In Mexico, the newly appointed president orders search and rescue teams to locate other survivors, inspired by the resilience of Sam's group. Several more groups are found on top of Manhattan skyscrapers and are likewise rescued. The film concludes with 2 astronauts aboard the International Space Station observing a dramatically altered Earth, with most of the northern hemisphere shrouded in ice and a noticeable reduction in pollution. Please remember to completely demolish that like button, subscribe to the Wacky Guardian for more great content, and share this video with all your friends. Thank you for watching, see you next time.